I join you today to present an exciting update to our Cayenne range, with the much anticipated arrival of the Cayenne GTS and Cayenne GTS Coupe. Whilst we would love to be inviting you to the showroom today for what would be our official launch, due to stage 4 restrictions, our sales team continue to work 100% remotely. Therefore, I'd like to invite you to celebrate virtually as we share our first impressions of the Cayenne GTS and Cayenne GTS Coupe, and what you can expect to see and experience when we welcome you back to the showroom. This latest generation GTS marks a return to the V8 engine, which is immediately noticeable under acceleration, particularly with the standard sports exhaust system, which in my view delivers a more emotive driving experience. Sporty yet practical, it definitely feels more agile than its predecessor. The new Cayenne GTS boasts a striking appearance and impressive performance, which I encourage you to experience for yourself as soon as we're able to invite you to visit the dealership. I would now like to welcome Ben Musu, Sportscar and Classic Specialist, who will share his thoughts on this exciting addition to the Cayenne range.
Welcome back to the world's narrowest driveway for another presentation of a brand new Porsche model, which we are very, very excited about. It is 18 years since the Cayenne came out, and we now have, in our third generation, 12 years of Cayenne GTS, a model that we have been consistently excited about because it delivers not just all of the hallmarks that Cayenne is famous for, but being the sportiest in the range, the most dynamic drive. One of the first questions that we find ourselves needing to answer is what makes GTS? And that's an interesting question to answer. As they say, at the heart of every Porsche is the engine, no more so than in our GTS models. And in the new Cayenne GTS, we are very excited that the V8 is making a comeback, but not just a V8, a 4-litre V8, but a twin turbocharged version with 2 twin scroll turbochargers nestled in the V, very short exhaust tracks, very good throttle response, and the ability to make a V8 of more compact dimensions, which is fitted lower in the chassis. As you'd expect, the block and the heads and the sump are all cast from light aluminium, so the engine's effect to the handling is minimized as much as possible, and the front end of the car is very light. But an engine is nothing without a brilliant chassis to harness its powers. So, as you would expect of Cayenne, and as we have come to get used to over 18 years and 12 years, as I said, of GTS, aluminium suspension componentry, prioritising the lightness of unsprung weight is no less a priority in our SUVs than it is in our sports cars, and more so in the GTS than the other models. This car's chassis is bolstered by the fact that it comes as standard with adaptive air suspension and Porsche active suspension management. This car rides 10 millimetres lower than a Cayenne S, and commensurately also comes with Porsche torque vectoring on the rear axle as standard. This car is optimised to handle and to react to the inputs of the driver more than any other Cayenne in the range. That sound is something that has characterised GTS for us for 12 years. Porsche Sports exhaust system is standard on the new GTS, and obviously when it's hooked up to a 4-litre V8 with a pair of turbochargers, we are back to a time when we had an evocative sound coming out of a GTS. This is something which has become a hallmark to people that love this car. It's something which excites us, and it's something that enables us to say we have all the characteristics of our sports cars captivated inside an SUV. This is the first time we've been able to offer 2 body shells in the Cayenne range, the classic wagon and now the Cayenne Coupé, and most appropriately in the GTS. Styling is a very important part of the language of the GTS package in our cars. Cayenne, no less. So sport design package is standard in body color, really big, bold wheel arch surrounds, different styling of the rear bar, different styling of the front bar. A gloss black diffuser in between the twin exhaust outlets, left and right, both finished in black. And of course, the hallmark black badging. The rear end of the Cayenne GTS, both classic wagon and coupe, is accentuated now by the full width LED light bar, reminiscent of previous generations 4S. We love it. On the inside of any GTS model, it is exciting as looking at the car from the outside. We've come to get used to this. This particular car has been optioned with a GTS interior package, which means you will find yourself with a leather dash and door cappings, contrasting stitching crayon in this car all the way through the seats and those items that I mentioned before. And the part you can't see is the beautiful GTS embroidery in the headrests as well. The interior in this car has also been bolstered with the hallmark of GTS, Alcantara inserts in the seat bases and on the armrests, and various other details on the interior that give it an elegant and luxurious feel, but also that characteristic sporting feel that GTS has been famous for. In the fascia, as we've become used to in E3 over the last 2 production years, we have got the domination of the interior with a 12.9-inch colour display in the centre of the car. It brings all of the main functionality into focus for the driver and the front passenger. So navigation module, all the multimedia that one would come to expect from a car of this ilk, and of course the ability to attenuate all of the chassis settings from one place. As I mentioned before, this car comes standard with Porsche active suspension management, and therefore adaptive air suspension as well, part of what GTS has become famous for, all of which are controllable from the touchscreen, as well as the sports exhaust system, and in the coupe, the active aerodynamics, the first time that active aero has featured in one of our SUVs. A conversation about any of our really performance-orientated models wouldn't be complete if I didn't talk about Sport Chrono package. At your fingertips in the steering wheel is the ability to change the car from its standard mode to a sportier mode, and then to access Sport Plus and the launch control function. And now, not to mention, the ability to individualize with a setting that can be tailored to your specific needs, all in combination with the dash top stopwatch, which functions not only as a clock, but as a chronometer. The great thing about talking about these E3 Cayennes is now, as we move into the model year 21 specifications, the discussion about standard equipment has gone to a level that we've never been to before. These cars are coming standard with a panoramic roof in both coupe and the classic wagon, heads-up display, keyless entry, the sort of equipment that one would come to expect these cars to have as standard. For our clients, customizing a car has come down to a situation where you can gently talk about how you would like your car to perform and how would you like your car to feel and function inside. There is a plethora of interior leather and Alcantara options in different colors that are going to make you happy with your car. Unorthodox as it has been presenting brand new cars from my front garden, it has been wonderful to get the feedback. We are really, really thrilled to be able to present people with videos to watch that show these new cars, because we at Porsche Centre Melbourne are so proud of them. And we're looking forward with great anticipation to a time where we can have you all come back into the dealership. Of course, now with new cars like the Cayenne GTS to help you with and test drive and feel them yourselves, it is something we're very much looking forward to. We've had a lot of experience with Cayenne over the last 18 years, and we have been around for all 4 iterations of Cayenne GTS. No other dealer has been around as long as us in Victoria. We want you to come down and we want you to experience this car and get as excited about it as we are. So I wish you all well, thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you in person in the dealership.